Hello, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm actually really excited about this video because I'm going to be doing some products that are splurgy, more high ticket items, and not to exploit the term dupe, but some more affordable counterparts that will give you a really similar effect. And a lot of these are just quick, easy grabs from the drugstore, and I'll show you demo shots, swatches, all of that. So let's get into it. So let's get started off with a buzzy, poppin', super, sometimes it's like really hard to get your hands on these products because they're constantly selling out. The Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light ones. So these are really great in their versatility of intensity. So you can really build these up to get that like beamed up, glow from outer space, really intense highlight, or you can sheer them out and you'll get a little bit more of a luminous, ethereal glow on the skin. Now, the componentry is also really nice on these because you have that soft doe foot ball type of puff applicator, and on it you can actually toggle this on or off, and that's going to control the product dispensing through that top. So essentially, when you have it toggled on, you can squeeze the product out, and when it's off, it stops the flow of liquid. So say that this is in your makeup bag, if any pressure is applied to the tube, it's not going to continuously flow out and flood the cap and your makeup bag. Now, I feel really confident recommending you this counterpart. It's the Flower Beauty Spotlight Liquid Highlight. This one has a, similar little applicator. It's almost identical. It still has the toggle on and off option with that soft puffball applicator. Same deal, really great versatile intensity, built up or sheared out. Formulation wise, dare I say, almost identical to Charlotte Tilbury. I personally can't really tell a difference. Now the shade Opal specifically is somewhere the bridge between the gap of Charlotte Tilbury Spotlight and Pillow Talk. So Opal from Flower is a slightly pink champagne shade. It's not a rose gold, but it's a healthy champagne. So it's got a little bit of fleshiness to the shade. And blended out, it performs much like the Charlotte Tilbury in terms of formulation, and sets down on the skin as well. It doesn't stay tacky. It really does dry down. It won't stay feeling slick or anything. On that note, I also want to talk about the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. This is available in two different shades, light medium, medium deep, much like the Beauty Light wands. This is sometimes hard to get your hands on because it sells out on and off. This has a really amazing formula. It's super ultra pigmented, so the littlest bit really does go a long way. I personally don't use this as like a proper shade contour. I use it more of a liquid bronzer, and I really like that because once I've blended it out, it stays in place and it dries down to the skin, so it doesn't slip and slide like a cream bronzer would. So this retails for $40. Hear me out. I feel like a really great swap is the Glossier Solar Paint. Glossier Solar Paint is $20, and you get a touch more product with Glossier Solar Paint, and it's also available in more shades. So you might not feel quite as confined as, choosing between between the two of the Charlotte Tilbury ones, because you have more options with Glossier Solar Paint. You get a touch more product for half the price of the Charlotte Tilbury one. And it has the same effect on the skin, a very ultra pigmented, lightweight liquid bronzer, and when applied to the skin, Glossier Solar Paint sets down as well, and it stays put. I don't find it, migrating and slipping and sliding like some cream bronzers do. And I say this as, if you're using this as a liquid bronzer, the Glossier Solar Paint might be a nice, cheaper swap out for this. But if you are using this as like a proper, contour on the face, I wouldn't suggest this then, because Glossier Solar Paint is a true, liquid bronzer. So the shades tend to be a little bit warmer than the Charlotte Tilbury Contour one. But the amount of like shimmer and luminous pearl in them is identical. So I really like these both. So lately I've really had a thing for this one specific lip color. It's from Chanel, the La Rouge Duo Ultra Gloss. This one is in the shade Chic Rosewood. It's a lip color I'm wearing on my lips today. I've been wearing it pretty much every chance I get, especially when I go out, because this lasts so long on the lips and it's such a comfortable, lightweight formula. I cannot stress that enough. Like, I am so impressed with this. It is a splurge-worthy lip product, but the liquid lipstick, which I don't like I never liked liquid lipsticks, even when they were all the rage in like 2014, you know, I've never been that girl. But the Chanel one is formulated so beautifully to where the color of the lip color, you can either sheer this out, which I like a little bit more of a blotted lip look moment, or you can build it up to a little bit more of a full opacity look, and then you have the just like clear Chanel gloss on the other side. Now this lasts all day. I kid you not. You can eat with this on, you can drink with this on, minimal to no fading at all throughout the day. If anything, you're gonna be touching up the gloss throughout the day because the lip color is not gonna go away. Now, this is very splurgy, but I love this so much, the shade Chic Rosewood, that I bought 2 other shades, and I'm like 99% sure that this is the lip product that I will wear on my wedding day because it's very good. Now, a really affordable option that has just as great longevity, but in my opinion, not as good of a shade range, but I like the product and I stand by it, and it's obviously a fraction of the price. The NYX Shine Loud lipsticks, gloss lipsticks. So this one's in the shade Global Citizen. I liked this over the winter, but I feel like now because it's summertime, like it's almost making me look a little bit ghostly, so I'll definitely try other shades of this line. But it's the same concept. You get this really intense, long-lasting lip color on one end that can be, you know, sheared out or built up to full opacity, and then you have the ultra high shine gloss. So I recommend the Chanel one, but if you're not wanting to splurge, and you know, I get it, like this is so expensive, the NYX one is just as good, but definitely like shop around and like find the right shade for you, because these last, like they're sometimes hard to get off at night. You need to use like a proper makeup remover to get these off. Another buzzy product on TikTok, the Keys Soul Care Illuminating Serum. It's called Let Me Glow. This is a beautiful product, do not get me wrong. It leaves your skin with a very soft, luminous, not dewy, but almost, you know, just like a soft, pearly glow to the skin. Much less intense than something like the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood Flawless, or, you know, just like any traditional strobe cream. This is a much softer version of that. But I personally have found that like something super similar and very comparable is the Verse Mood Lighting Glow Drops. I have recommended these countless times. I really like this product, and I think it has a really beautiful formula as well. The way that this sits down on the skin is it almost leaves you with like this gel, kind of like glass finish on the skin without being sticky. So it just gives you like this really nice, almost like tautness to the skin. The skin looks like really firm, glowy, and luminous, and it's not as intense as other typical strobes. Now, the Let Me Glow one from Keys is a little bit more of a true kind of like white pearl on the skin, but just hear me out. Like if you're not wanting to splurge on this one, the Verse one I think you will like just as much, because they have the same kind of like slightly firming effect on the skin and that really soft kind of like, oh, I just had a facial type of glow. So I like them both, but the Verse one is like still top tier status to me. So Laura Mercier came out with the Tinted Moisturizer Liquid Blushes. I really like this lightweight fluid formula. They have a little bit more of a light to medium intensity on the skin, and think of these as a cream liquid blush. So they apply like a liquid, but they set down like a cream. So they're not like a matte liquid blush. These do move around. They have a little bit more of a lightweight, soft look on the skin, and they also feel softer on the skin, but the longevity is going to be really dependent on how you prep and set the skin, and also your skin type as well. They're beautiful. If you have dry skin, I think you will absolutely love these. and I had found a very similar shade and formula from the drugstore. So it's from Flower. It's the Blush Balm in the shade Cinnamon. Now, Cinnamon is a really similar shade to Coastline from the Laura Mercier Tinted Moisturizer Blushes, which is my personal favorite shade. Coastline is slightly more on the mauve side, just a little bit, whereas Cinnamon has a little bit more of a nutty brown tone to it, but nonetheless, they are very similar, kind of like fleshy nude tones on the cheeks, and you can also wear these on the lips and the eyes. Just these are really like fresh looking and really great for summertime. If you want to up the longevity, I would recommend setting it with a translucent powder, and that'll give it a little bit more of a matte finish. But keep in mind that even though these are liquids, they don't dry down like a lot of other liquid blushes do. I also want to talk about this, the e.l.f. Flawless Brightening Concealer. So this is actually, in my opinion, somewhere in between Yves Saint Laurent's Touche Eclat and the Clé de Peau Radiant Under Eye product for the eyes. All really similar in the sense that obviously same clicky pen type of deal, and then these artist brush type applicators. Not my personal favorites. I actually really do like to just dispense a tiny bit of product onto the back of my hand and apply it with my fingertips. But the whole deal with these types of concealers is they are lightweight. They're a little bit more fluid than a traditional concealer, so they're not quite as creamy, which lends themselves really nice for under the eye because they have less of a tendency to migrate, to settle into fine lines, and because they're a little bit more like fluid and watery, they don't tend to look quite as crepey under the eye. They tend to just give a little bit of light, milky, brightening coverage under the eye, but more of a blurring and lightening illusion rather than like a concealing and coverage type of product. So you can even use these as liquid highlights to bring light to certain parts of the face. And honestly, the e.l.f. one has really surprised me. I really like this. This is so much cheaper than the Clé de Peau and the Yves Saint Laurent, both of which I adore and love. And the Yves Saint Laurent Touche Eclat I've repurchased for literally years. This is something that I wear very regularly, and I have repurchased more times than I even know at this point. But I love these, but I understand, you know, just some people don't care about this price point, and the e.l.f. one, I think it gives you such a great similar effect, and I've been wearing this one very regularly lately as well. So for this next product, I don't have anything that I'm necessarily comparing it to. I just want to tell you that these are really great, and I would say they rival any luxury or high-end liquid eyeshadow, and they're obviously at a way better price point. So it's the Hard Candy Eye Def liquid shadows. First of all, love these little like xenon tubes, and I just think the packaging is really great. These specifically, I feel like I'm gonna recommend more to people who like a little bit more of like a soft eye glow on the eyes, not necessarily like a full intensity. So I would say think something more like Glossier Lid Star. Now you can build these up and get a little bit more of an intense opacity, but I think these just look so fresh and pretty as just like a little twinkle on the eye. If you have an oilier eyelid, I would suggest putting a little bit of primer underneath, but if you have a drier type eyelid, you can just wear this, you know, on its own, and it's gonna last a really long time on the eyes. But I really like these. I think that this one specifically is really similar to Glossier Cub, and then this one is similar to like the Laura Mercier like Oyster Taupe shade. You can definitely use these Hard Candy liquid shadows and create a look pulling inspiration from whatever high-end liquid shadow look that you like, and you'll still get a similar effect. So I really like these. They've been in my like everyday little makeup drawer because I've been trying to wear those a little bit more frequently. Okay, we're also going to talk about this Clinique Black Honey. Again, I really like this. It just is going to look a little bit different on everybody because the shade is adaptable. So it's a semi-sheer almost lipstick is what Clinique markets it as. It's a lip tint. It has a really nice glossy sheen on the lips and just gives you that really beautiful little bit of tint on the lips with color. Now, I swear this is like so similar that if you like the look of this, just don't want to splurge on it. It's the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine, and this one is in the shade Ecstatic. I will say there is a slight differentiation between the two shades. So Clinique Black Honey has a little bit more of this Bordeaux berry wine undertone to it, while the e.l.f. Ecstatic Lip Shine has a little bit more of a smoky tobacco undertone to it. So it's slightly more of a cool berry tone, and it's very, very slight of a difference, but fair warning, if you're really looking for more of like that warm berry type of tone, you probably would prefer the Clinique one, whereas the e.l.f. one just has like that little bit more of a smoky, cool undertone. But in terms of sheerness and intensity that it's able to be built up to, and shininess and feeling on the lips, they're so similar that you can get the same vibe from this. I also really want to talk about the Laneige Glowing Makeup Serum because I've been such a big fan of this for quite some time now. I really like how this is a serum type primer, and it leaves the skin feeling plump, looking plump. It doesn't leave your skin feeling like you have another layer of product on it because it gets absorbed into your skin. So it really just like truly preps your base for makeup application so that you have the best canvas of all to put your makeup on top of. Now, this does have a little bit of oil to it, so you do feel it on the skin just slightly. I like that because I feel like it provides my skin with a long-lasting sense of hydration, but I've noticed that some people don't like the oiliness to this, and a really good option to test out that's also more affordable is the e.l.f. Glowy Primer Serum. This one is considerably more fluid than the Laneige one. This one feels a little bit more like a true facial serum, whereas the Laneige one feels like somewhere between serum and oil hybrid. So this one, same thing, quickly absorbed into the skin, has a little bit of that luminous pearl to the product as well. However, with both of these, once you put makeup on top, you will not see any of that luminous pearl. It is so faint that I almost feel like it's just for the visual effect of the product when you're applying it. So when you take the dropper out, you see those beautiful, you know, soft, luminous pearls in the product, but they're so faint that it's not going to alter the look of your makeup when applying. So I really like both of these. This one is really great, and maybe more people would like because it's not going to feel as oily on the skin. So I feel like, again, TikTok, but this is really buzzy on there. The Dior lip oils, maybe not so much anymore, but at one point this was like all the rage. They're still sold out though. They're really hard to get your hands on. So Universal Clear is a pH reacting shade, and it's just going to change depending on the pH of your natural skin and will be a custom shade to you. I've found out the hack with this. If you don't want it to be as intense pink and you just want a touch of pink on the lips, put a little bit of like Vaseline or something on your lips first, and then you kind of create a little bit of a barrier and the shade won't be quite as intense. Now, this is obviously very splurgy. I like this when I put the Vaseline on and it doesn't turn like that bright ass pink. And Flower, disruptor to the luxury makeup game, has the Flower Color Shift. Now, Flower Color Shift upon application already has quite a soft pink tint to it, but same game, when it touches the pH of your lips, it's going to react and it's going to turn a custom intensity or shade, and you can cheat that and like hack the system by just putting a little bit of a barrier on. So you could do just like a clear gloss or some Vaseline, and it's going to make the shift a little bit less intense, but you will still get that like healthy little bit of punchy pink to your lips. Very cute, very feminine. I find that I actually really do enjoy products like this with a little bit of a barrier cream on. So you don't have to splurge on the Dior one. I think the Flower one is a really nice, great option. I know I've also talked about this with you before a couple times a while ago, but I really do think that this is such a great bang for the buck. The Milani Supercharged brightening under eye tint in Peach. So this is really nice because it's a liquid under eye corrector, so it's really lightweight. I would say this is probably the most comparable to the one from NARS because that's another light liquid peach under eye corrector. Love the Bobbi Brown peach under eye corrector, the Becca one. I really like a peach under eye corrector because I can either A, wear it as concealer, or I can wear it underneath concealer and have to go in with much less product. A lot of times you can actually just take the under eye corrector and put it underneath your foundation, and then you'll find with the foundation on top of the under eye corrector, you won't always need to put concealer on. So it's a really nice lightweight option. The reason I really like the one from Milani is because it feels really nice and lightweight, and the peach is such a light shade of peach that it doesn't look as pink or salmony under the eyes. So I was really excited for Maybelline to release the Curl Bounce mascara, and I was pleasantly surprised by the brush. I really like curling mascaras because they tend to emphasize curl in straight lashes, hold a curl a little bit nicer, and they work really well. They give you like a fanned out effect and they keep your lashes nice and curled extra long. So this one definitely reminds me, and I feel like is the most comparable to another one of my personal favorites, the Dior Show Iconic Over Curl in Waterproof. And I will say that I find the Maybelline one to be a little bit less clumpy, and I actually think it gives you a little bit more of a clean, natural effect, whereas the Dior one is much more dramatic. Obviously it's you know, the Dior Show line, so the Dior Show mascaras are just very like false lash effect, and I just find that the Maybelline one is like such a nice affordable counterpart and really great for daytime because it's not, like I said, it's just not overpowering, it doesn't overwhelm the eyelashes, and it doesn't like weigh that area down. It just looks really nice, soft, and natural. So if you are a fan of the Dior Show Over Curl and you really like curling mascaras, I definitely think the Maybelline one is one to check out. The last product I want to talk about is the Maybelline Tinted Oil. Now, this is confusing to me because it literally says Super Drop, so is it Super Drop Tinted Oil? But then, I don't know. I've been calling it the Maybelline Super Drop. So Maybelline Super Drop really reminds me of a lot of prestige tinted serum foundations. So what I really like about the Maybelline one specifically is it has a noticeably silky formulation and it just glides over the skin very smooth. It sets down to more of a satin finish, and I just find the application to be so ideal because you can apply it with your fingertips and you get a flawless result every single time. I love how lightweight it feels on the skin, and it's just a really beautiful product. I've really been enjoying this. So when I was thinking of other products in terms of longevity and ease of application, I was thinking of things like the Bobbi Brown Serum Foundation. Now I can't think of anything. Oh, the Ilia Serum, the tinted serum. So although it's not, you know, a dupe for the one from Bobbi Brown, the Bobbi Brown one is a little bit more creamy, but it still has that really nice, like airy, lightweight feel on the skin. This Maybelline one reminds me of things like this, where you can apply it with your fingertips. It looks super natural and creamy on the skin. It's easy to apply. It just looks natural and very skin-like. So I really like this, and I think that this is definitely a player with, you know, higher end, more luxury price point products, because this is really beautiful, and I have truly been so impressed by the Maybelline Super Drop Green Edition Tinted Oil. That name though. Let's just call it the Maybelline Super Drop. And like I said, really not trying to overuse the word dupe. I don't want to exploit the term. These are not dupes. These are just products that I feel like if you're eyeing something, then you'd probably really enjoy these more affordable versions because they'll still give you similar effects, and I feel like they do fit the bill for a lot of things that people have been eyeing, or just like buzzy luxury products of the moment. So I really hope you enjoy enjoyed this. I will have everything listed and linked down below. I'd love to know if you found the demo shots helpful. Please let me know. Leave a comment down below. Let me know, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Please don't forget to come follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I have been making TikTok content, and yeah, it's really fun. So I'll see you on there, or I'll see you in my next video. Bye everyone.